Hey, it's Lisa, and today, my projects for today was to take some stuff to storage. So I have to go look at storage because my brother and my nephew is the last one in it. So we'll see what it looks like when I open the door. Anyway, I've got a bunch of projects scheduled for today. So I thought I would take you along with me for some of these projects. Alright, here we go. We're about to see how my brothers lift this, or my brother and my nephew lift this thing. Oh, looky there. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. Look, they didn't leave it all crazy. I'm so proud. So we got plenty of room still in here. And I'm so happy that we have plenty of room still in here. So I'm going to rearrange just a little bit and put away what I brought, which was just a couple of copper drums and some shelving for my store. I was really happy to see my brother and my nephew really arranged that very well where it's not in the way and we still have plenty of room. When all this virus stuff is over, I have to go out to my daughter's and get the rest of my stuff that we took out of our previous storage to put over here. So there's still plenty of room for what we have at my house and for what we have stored at Jessica's to move it all over here into a central place. And at some point in time, I hope to get rid of all of this stuff that I don't need anymore. Some of it belongs to the business, and I'm at a loss to know what to do with it. But for right now, it's in storage. So let's carry on moving things to storage. We're loaded, and it is time for the last trip. We only had 2 trips, and so I figured that even though this is not essential, it's pretty much I'm going someplace where there's no people, so it should be safe enough for us to go ahead and move this stuff to storage. For the rest of the day, though, we're going to be working outside. So for right now, let's drive to town so you can see how much traffic is in our little town. Okay, so there's that load down, and I'm done with this project. So I turn the camera around so I can talk while I'm driving. And I passed the place where my old business used to be, and somebody's rented it. And half of me was like, wow, that's really sad. And the other half of me was like, I hope they do better than me. Honestly, I hope that they do better than I did in that spot. Because, you know, Azle, my little hometown, is a very hard sell. Very hard sell. And right now, you know, there is a lot of traffic out here on the road for people who are supposed to be stay at home. I suppose I'm out and about and I'm doing non-essential business, so I I shouldn't really judge, but at the same time, what I'm doing is just, you know, putting shit in storage and putting our house in order, taking advantage of the time at home. But anyway, there you have it. It's my thoughts for today on that. I haven't really addressed the business failure on an emotional level yet. I don't think. I've come to terms with the fact that it's not my higher calling, and it's not where my goddess thinks that I should be. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't cause some emotions bouncing around in the back of my heart. And so I will deal with it, and then I have to, because I have to finish up the taxes for the business for the first quarter, and then I have to close everything out to the extent that I'm able to. So there you have it. Anyway, I am almost home, so I'm going to sign off for right now, and I will see you in next project. I didn't turn on my GoPro while we were doing all this because, you know, sometimes watching people work is a little boring. So instead, I'm going to show you what we've been working on today. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you our projects. Okay, so these trees right here are some form of bamboo. I do not know what. I have been told they are some version of bamboo. And as you can see, they're prolific. Their roots just expand and put up a new tree, and then voila, you've got 10 million of them. So today, and you can tell where I've trimmed them. So today I trimmed these suckers down where I can get by here and with the mower without cracking my head open. Not that these are not really, they are not tough trees at all. They're, well, except that branch is dead, but they're very, 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 let me show you, very, very flexible, very bendable trees. They don't break easy. So we had to cut them down with a trimmer. So that was the first project. And then the second project, I know I did this all wrong, so I hope that it doesn't kill this tree. But I cut this branch off because it was dead, and that part of the tree was pretty dead, and that's where the ants were making a nest, and they were still on this tree. So I have put down some more diatomaceous earth, and I put it on the tree itself, trying to get those ants off the tree. But the tree's not doing so good. As you can see, its leaves are really wilty, and I really hope that I have not killed this tree on accident. I was trying to save it, but I've been trimming it. I trimmed off all the dead branches, and you know, the ants have really damaged it really bad, as you can see on the tree trunk. So I've been trying to save it, but I'm not sure how much luck I'm gonna have saving it, because like I said, the leaves are a little wilty now in some spots. So hopefully it'll be okay and it'll make a rebound. So the next project, we just mowed the grass, and it was awesome not to have anything in the way to mow this yard. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that we planted this Texas, it's called Texas sage or something like that. Can't remember now. But I don't think it lived, because its little leaves are just falling right off. We're gonna leave it in the ground and see if maybe it puts up some shoots and replaces its branches, but I'm not real sure that that's gonna live. I hope it does, but we're not real sure. Alright, so other problem that I had today is when I used a gas-powered weed eater, and man, that sucker is powerful, and I ripped a giant hole in my mesh at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to go back to Walmart and get some replacement mesh and redo this side of the fencing on the garden. So everything is, I just watered in here because stuff was a little dry, despite the fact that we've had rain off and on for a couple of days. It just seems kind of dry. The basil is just doing wonderful. I replanted the lavender in here because my mom wanted her pot back. She didn't realize I was gonna put it in the garden, so she wanted her pot back. And look, I'm so excited about those guys. Those guys are finally bell peppers. I finally have bell peppers coming up. And the basil, or the thyme, is just barely hanging in there. I have put it on the bottom to try to give it a little more shelter, see if that helps any. I'm not sure what to do about that. I may have to bring this pot indoors in a closed environment, see if that helps. But I have experienced some bugs eating the plants, so it was suggested on the internet to spray the plants down, and that helps to control the bugs. So that's what I did today. When I watered, I sprayed them down a little bit, and those little beans are doing pretty well. They took that spraying down pretty well, so hopefully that will help. As you can see, something's been munching on my leaves. I don't know what, but I hope they go away. There's little black bugs. I don't know what they are, but they're unwelcome in my garden. Unwelcome in my garden. And I'm gonna have to really learn how to control those pests. That's gonna be a big challenge for me. Anyway, I do have some little tiny baby green onions coming up finally, and the rest of the garden is looking pretty good. And I've got my transplants here. That's my rosemary and my lemongrass. So we'll just keep on and see what happens. Hello again. And so today I'm going to walk you through all of the little projects that we've been doing. Like I said before, I don't think I want to show me working on all this because it's kind of boring. But I did want to show you the new things that we got, so I'm going to turn the camera around and show you all the new stuff. So this area, we're just like this. These are begonias. It turns out these were not really the plants that my mom was wanting, but so they're going to have a home back here, and these beautiful little. I think I'm not really sure what they are, but they are little. They are succulent type plants, and they just need to get those off of there. The tomatoes I'm saving for my daughter. I'm trying to get those potatoes to sprout some eyes. We'll see how that goes. And my mom brought her aloe veras and her Christmas cactus out here. And this is my nephew's peppers, but you know, they don't look that healthy right now. Or onions, the green onions. There's some more plants back here. And so this, I still saved right there is the one that I planted. So I'm leaving it in there to see how it does. Now this is thyme. And this is the plant that I bought at the store. So I'm going to see if that little one will hang in there. But that's the only one I have left out of the seeds that I planted. And so come to find out, they don't like water that much. And we've had too much rain, and that's why these plants keep dying. So I'm going to leave them back here on the back porch and let them get some sun later. And of course, I planted some lavender in that, but it hasn't come up yet. So we'll see what happens on that. So, alrighty, so I planted some marigolds in here. We'll see how that goes. And there's my lemongrass and some rosemary. I just bought those. Whoa. And so I put down some of this weed barrier. I was going to try to put it over the top of the tomatoes, but it just didn't work very well putting it on there after the fact. So I'm kind of doing an experiment with it and see if it will kill what's underneath it. To help me try to control this. I don't know what these things are, but they're a real pain in the ass and they're sticky. So I don't like those. And if it works and it kills what's underneath it, then I'm going to move this whole box springs out of the way and put that barrier down underneath it to try to control them things, because they are everywhere in the backyard. So this is another new plant. This is the oregano that I got at the store. And that looks really lovely. Still doing the sage and the peas in there. Taking off nicely. It's another tomatoes. So the garden is looking pretty good so far. And so in here's where I planted some more lavender. And this one, the basil is still doing good. That one in the middle is maybe just a little weak. I don't know if he's having a hard time or not, but the rest of them are doing pretty good. And look, peppers are coming up, and I'm gonna put them in 5-gallon buckets. I have decided. Ooh, looky there. I think that's a black widow. Interesting. She's got a nice red mark on her butt. I don't know about that. We'll see. May have to get rid of that one. And of course there's the tomatoes. And this is the other new one. This is mint. We've added some mint. And so there's the inbound beds. They're doing pretty good, and I weeded them this morning. So now we're gonna go over here and Like I now have two, whew, and this is smelly, so I don't recommend it. I didn't put enough leaves and stuff in this, so it kind of smells. So I have one in the box, and I have the grass clippings. I just turned it this morning. So I got my compost pile going, and so we'll see how that goes. It is a little smelly. I think I need to add some of this brown material over here that's dried leaves. I might do that later today. Hopefully it'll keep it from being so smelly. But I did turn it over this morning finally, and kind of see if I can get that going. Anyway, so that's my first attempts at composting. We'll see how that goes. Interesting note to share. I discovered that up there is a little woodpecker family. They have been working on their nest, and I can see the red-headed woodpecker coming in, but the other bird had a gray face. So it was really interesting. But I scared her the other day while she was working, and she just kind of sat there and looked at me from out of the hole. But I thought that was really cool. And of course, I don't see either one of them in there this morning, so it's too bad they don't come out and make an appearance. It's Lisa, and so this is my final commentary for the garden update this week. I mean, well, we have been really busy working out in the garden, and so I got my very first garden scare, and it was not good, and I really got upset at myself. It got down to where it wasn't supposed to frost. The TV didn't say it was gonna frost. I woke up and there was frost on my car, and I was so worried about the garden. And so, but I was very lucky. There was just a couple of leaves that got damaged, but I didn't lose the garden. So it wasn't a hard frost here where we were at. Some of the begonia plants that we planted, their leaves got a little damaged by it, but they have already rebounded. And so overall, everything that we have been doing stayed intact. So I was really happy with that. So anyway, I really hope that you have enjoyed this week's video. I've tried to show you a lot of different things, and just as I evolve, the channel will evolve as well. Right now I'm just putting my garden in place, and the garden is important. It is I mean, because obviously I've been called to the green path, but I mean, it's important for other reasons. I have planted the stuff that we like to eat the most, and all of the herbs and stuff that would really help support my practice. And I'm really excited about being able to use the things that I've grown myself in my practice, and it's just really, really important to me. So and it's exciting. I am very happy. I mean, it gives me such peace and comfort right now, to be out working in the garden and to be taking care of this land that we're sitting on, even though it's a postage stamp yard. It's just become really important for me to be a good steward of the place where we live. So anyway, I hope you will join me Tuesday. I missed this week's Tarot Tuesday because I had some bad days back to back. So I hope you will join me on Tuesday for another Tarot Tuesday episode, and next Thursday for another garden update. I thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you.